Hey, what is up guys, Ventriloquist here, and today's video is going to be, as you see in the title below, it's not going to be a negative video. If you think that, then you'll be surprised if you watch the video and actually listen to what I have to say. There's multiple problems with the multiplayer reveal. It's only a 2v2 mode, but there's plenty of things that you can, just based off the gameplay, the movement mechanics of it. Now, on the August 1st, we're going to see the full multiplayer reveal, and I'll post videos for that as well. But I wrote everything down that I'm going to talk about in this video. It's not a long list at all, but you have to listen to me and just really hear me out before you judge or anything like that. So, watching Courage, and Teep versus Legion and Syndicate, and I've loved these guys. I've been watching them for years, over half a decade. And the thing about stuff like that is they're forced to be positive. They literally have the developers behind them in the stream. They can't voice what they really want to say. I know there's things they wanted to say, but obviously they can't. They're in a position that, hey, they got flown out. They're right there at their studio playing it early, 3 months early. And so, they can't really say what they want to say. But you obviously seen the response on Twitter. It was very, very negative. Obviously there was positive, but most of the pros in the community don't like it. Even Frosty is saying he wants to go back to Halo after seeing the movement. But the thing is, I'm happy about the game. Okay, I'm happy about it. Before I get into the negatives, I'm gonna say the positives I like about it. First of all, it's modern. Okay, that is a great thing. It is modern gameplay. It's been 8 years since we've had modern. It's been 7 years since we had actually a good Call of Duty. The other thing I like about it is that the streaks are great. Just because everything that was leaked before has been confirmed just in that gameplay footage alone. And so the streaks are great. And it's simple. It's not movement. There's no L trigger spamming like the cracked aim, if you've heard of that, where people are spamming their left trigger aim in and out over and over and over on Black Ops 4 because it abuses the aim assist. So we don't have to worry about that. Or the slide cancel, where it basically it screws over your, because of the lag compensation in the camera POV. So when you slide cancel somebody on Black Ops 4, they don't see you on their screen doing that until like a second later. It's pretty broken. So we don't have to worry about those issues. And even pros has already tweeted about that, and I'm very grateful for that. Because I do play competitive myself, been doing it for half a decade now. And so that's a very, very good positive. Now, the negatives are, I have 5 or 6 things written down for negatives, and this is greatly going to impact the game. Because as a competitive player, I immediately look for things that the casual player doesn't look for. You look for recoil patterns, you look for map flow, but obviously it was 2v2 maps, so you can't really go off of that. But from what I heard from Drifter, because he put a video out saying that most of the maps are 3 lanes, so that's great, and they're very small. He said they're like 2 or 3 times the size of shipment from COD 4, so that's very, very great. Very, very great news. But as far as the recoil patterns, when you look at the MP7 and the reveal on stream, you can see that when Courage picks up the MP7, the recoil on it is actually insane. It's nowhere near Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 2 smoothness of the MP7. So you immediately see the recoil patterns in this game are really, really crazy. And I've seen a lot of people talk about that, and it looks very, very worrisome because thing is that Black Ops 4 did pretty good, but the game's pretty terrible. Black Ops 4 is terrible, but what they did right was they said before the game came out that they wanted to make predictable recoil patterns. That is what makes a successful competitive game and a successful game. Not totally successful as the game itself, but in terms of like one of the core mechanics. You want predictability so you can master that. It's not just random and you get rewarded for just being random. You have to master your recoil pattern. That's something you always have to do if you're competitive in any COD. You have to master that. And it looks very, very crazy. From what I've heard from Drifter and many other people, that they got to play it a month ago because their NDAs just came up. A part of their non-disclosure agreement, they just got a portion of it lifted. So they said a lot of the guns, like the Scar, is very, very good, but they said as far as like mobility wise and stuff like that, it's pretty poor. And I've heard about many other weapons being the same way, and so that worries me. The recoil patterns look very, very crazy. So that's off. Now gameplay is being compared to Rainbow Six and Battlefield. I'm gonna be honest with you. It does look like Rainbow Six and Battlefield. There's a reason why thousands and thousands of people are saying that on Twitter. And not just I don't need their opinion. It's just I've played those games for over a decade. I can see it with my own two eyes. It looks like a clunky. That's one of the things I don't like about Battlefield. I love Battlefield 4. That was the last great Battlefield. I love all the Battlefields before that. But there's a reason why these games are their own identity. Call of Duty is not a clunky game. It's an arcade shooter that's fast, quick, smooth, and obviously has its own problems, but that's what the appeal is. It's quick, fast, it's smooth, it's not over-exaggerated movements. You just quick, boom. That's the appeal of it. But this game, you can just tell from the gameplay itself that I've watched from my own two eyes. You're not just assuming that it looks clunky. Multiple people have already said this, thousands of people, like I said, so I'm not the only one here, seeing this, obviously, and it just looks very, very clunky. Doesn't mean it's going to be bad. I actually am hopeful for the game, because maybe it will be better than the last 6 CODs that we've had, 7 CODs, because Black Ops 2 was the last great and the best COD of all time, and we haven't had a good COD since then. Every COD's been terrible and going downhill in every aspect. And so hopefully it may be good. I don't know. I haven't played it, but we're going to get to play the beta soon, so I'm very, very hopeful for that. And we get more intel on that August 1st. So I'm not going to judge the game as itself, but just from looking at it, it doesn't look like the smooth Call of Duty we all know and love. But that doesn't necessarily, again, mean it's going to be a bad game. I just don't like how, Call of Duty, they take from every popular game, right? They take from they took from Titanfall when it first came out for advanced movement. They take from Destiny with the specialist abilities. They take from Rainbow Six with some of the specialist ability. And now they're taking movement from Rainbow Six and Battlefield. Two struggling. Well, Rainbow Six is pretty good right now as far as its health in the gaming industry, but Battlefield's on the struggling, end of things, obviously. And it seems like they're trying to take advantage of that and appeal to a greater audience, which I don't agree, because the last time we did that with the Jetpack games, it went down the tank. So that is, again, I can't judge until August 1st, which I will come out with a video for that. So I'm going to leave that alone, and that's my opinion on the gameplay mechanics. Now, let's see. I did a recoil, I did comparability. The movement, again, it's kind of clunky. I don't like it. It seems like you can't snap on somebody. It seems like really just over-exaggerated movements, something I just don't like. It's for Battlefield and other games. That's what they're for, and I respect that playstyle for those games. And I leave it for those games. I don't bring that to COD. So that's another thing of itself. So Stim Shot is back, and this is one thing that I really, really hate. And this is something that's really got on my nerves, that I had to put that on my list, because they're saying the 2v2 playlist, you don't regen health, so stim is one of the tactical abilities, but that means it's a tactical equipment. So that means you can put that on in multiplayer in some way, shape, or form. But if that is back, Call of Duty is going to be really, really in rough shape, because Stim Shot was universally agreed to be one of the worst things added to Black Ops 4. The amount of times you will shoot somebody with a whole entire clip and they'll run away for a second, heal up instantly to a full health, and just come turn on you or something, because it's so stupid. The whole idea of it's dumb, and I really hope that does not get into regular multiplayer or competitive, because it ruined competitive for a lot, a very, very bad way. But one thing I didn't mention is specialist abilities is confirmed not in the game. Drifter said no way, shape, or form is of specialist abilities of any kind. No superpowers, no free streaks, no free annihilator pistol that kills you in one shot any distance, no Hulk smash slam, no spam grenade launcher, no wall hacks, none of that. So I'm very, very happy for that, and it already makes me want to play COD again already, because I haven't played Black Ops 4 in a minute. So that's one thing I'm very, very happy about, which I will be playing just because of that. I'm not pre-ordering it until I see the actual reveal, but yeah, I'm just really excited about that. So another one is the Insta-Melt. The melting, if you looked at some of the gameplay footage from the stream today, some of the guns, how they were killing and how the speed of which they were killing was just ridiculous. Quick scoping looks like it's back, and that's something I'm not excited about, but you obviously have your fan base for that. Excuse me. And that's already being talked about in a negative way because I don't like it either because it's super unrealistic, and we already know how snipers are in Call of Duty. They're basically shotguns. So hopefully that's not a problem in this game, but it looks like it's obviously back. Syndicate's already hitting some really questionable shots that really defy hitbox registration, so we'll have to see how that plays out in the actual game. But as far as the instant melting, though, if you notice that in the gameplay footage shown, it looked really fast on some of the ways they were killing people. Killing each other on there. That looked really, really fast, and that worries me because I hope the Type 95, the burst, isn't going to be a super melt gun like it used to be. But that's as far as that. I can't judge fully. The double sprint option is a worrisome mechanic because it's not simple. It's overcomplicated. You have two ways of sprinting, so you have regular speed of sprinting and walking, but you have another sprint you can do as well. I don't like that at all because it adds too much. It just adds too much randomness to it. That's another thing we have to worry about. That's random and I don't like. But it is what it is. So we'll have to see August 1st. That's 3 weeks away. So I'm excited to see what they can do. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, smash like button, share. Thank you. Peace, buggeries.